All right, welcome. We're going to deploy a range as if you first install Ludus and you're about to do a range. I do want to go over first Ludus and specifically in the docs area, kind of the quick start install Ludus piece, because there's a warning here. When you install Ludus, it will completely take over your machine. And it doesn't support Wi-Fi, so directly connect that to Ethernet. Also, it needs a pass mark score of greater than 6,000. Please put it on Debian 12. And let's see here. Try to have 32 gigs of RAM and disk. Have an NVMe disk. I have like 1 terabyte. And then again, no Wi-Fi, please, no Wi-Fi. So if you do any of this kind of stuff, or if mostly this, if you have machines with lower specs than this listed, then it may work, but it's not tested or supported. So if you ask me, I'll probably ask, do you have this? And if you don't, I might bail on you. I don't know, because it gets really tough to figure out what's going on. So as long as you got all that, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get back to the deploying the range. First step is, hey, read the docs like shown. And specifically, we're gonna look at this environment, basic Active Directory network. So that's just going to be a DC, a Windows 11, and a Kali box. All right, on 2 VLANs with a router. So that's pretty much what we're going to go ahead and set up. Make it real quick. And so what we'll do is get the config, see what we've got. So I'll go to my machine via SSH. So that is this right here. So if I go clear ls, I did already put in the config file what it is, but if I do ludus range config get, it'll then find, well, it looks like right now I have this in here, and I don't necessarily want this one. I want something different. So let's just go to the notes here. So if I did this command right here, it would have just put that into this, and I don't necessarily want that. So next, we'll go ahead and grab the basic Active Directory, which is this file right here. And I will just call it basic. So let's see here, ls. Let's see, do I have it? Anything that says some kind of basic? Nope, I don't see it. So we'll do, oh wait, I do. This first one right here, basic AD range. So if we look at that one, nano basic, we'll see that it has the server. It's going to be AD primary. It's got the 11, and they're both on VLAN 10. Although this, I usually make my Windows 22 last octet 22, and I usually make my Windows 11 for its octet. And then this will be joined to the domain. And then we got our Kali on a different VLAN, that's fine. And then the octet for the Kali, I usually make 13. So I'll just do that. So I'll save that. And let's look what's going on here. So this is 8 gigs of RAM. What does this deployment have? 8 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM, 4 CPUs. Let me see what I've got here. Nope. So let's change this to 22, 4, 8, because I just wanted to go fast. And then this one, we'll make this 11, 8, 4, like it was in the original doc is what it looks like. And then 31, 13, looks like I tried. And I don't remember if that was 4 and what. Let's find out. let's go back here, and it looks like Callie is 8 and 4. So let's do that. So 8 and 4. Okay, cool. And then these are just the firewall rules. You can take a peek at those later. So with that, I'll just copy this now, go back to here, and say, let's see here, move basic to basic back, and then do nano basic YAML, and then I'll just paste this in there, save it, exit out with a control X. And so now the next step here would be to set this config. So we'll set it with this. Like so. Basic. No, basic YAML. Oh boy. Okay, so this is successfully updated. Great. And then let's just deploy it. So let me look at the range though or the templates. Ludus templates. If you don't have this, then you'd have to add the templates, but I have all these templates, so I'm good there. So next I will not do that. What's going on here? Ludus deploy. Don't know what just happened there. Let's see here. Ludus users list. Okay, so I have a list, and you may need to like export API or Ludus API key equals, and then whatever your key is first to be able to get this to do that. But let's do Ludus range deploy. All right, it'll start deploying in the JM range. So if I go and look for that, so here's the JM range, and oh yeah, there's my remnix, and there's my backdoor VM that was in there in my router. So soon we'll see. Yep, there's the AD being spun up in there. So as you can see, if you've already got something in there, it won't overwrite it. It'll just add what's in your configuration as your user, which is JM for me. So let's pay attention to the time. It's about 7:45 when we started. So we'll just see. So you can figure out things by like Ludus range status, and that'll tell you stuff like, hey, it's still deploying. Sometimes there'll be an error here, and so you want to do Ludus range error. Yeah, to find the errors. Obviously, there's no errors here though. it's doing some stuff, but you can see here's the DC. And then the other thing you can do is Ludus range logs F, and then you can kind of watch what it does. There's a lot of OKs, okay, and this looks like a lot like Ansible for those that are used to that. Great, and so let's see, what else can I do? I can do Ludus, users. Oh, let's see here. Creds. So Ludus user creds. User creds get. And then I can get my credentials to get into Proxmox with my Proxmox username. That's what you need to do. Just showing some extra fun stuff in here. And so, where are we? Looks like if we go to console, we can kind of watch things go. There's that. Let's go look at the DC. There's that. These will change backgrounds as soon as they're ready. And I think we're waiting for a Kali as well. Oh, I think that's what this one is. Yep, Kali. So the next thing you could do is if you wanted to put like Elastic on here, you can get a file and just put Elastic on here. Like I would start with the container first, let that deploy, let it spin up, check it, and then go ahead and um, uh, change the config for which, like these ones you want to add like an agent to, an Elastic agent to a role, an Ansible role to, and then you just add them. But that's extra information. So Kali's here. All right, so let's go ahead and see Ludus range status deploying. However, it looks like we have more. That is great. So I think there's another thing that's cool is Ludus range RDP. Is that what it is? Or Ludus? Do I have it on here? Check your status. Do the logs. Look for when it's finished. Oh yeah, we can get the WireGuard. So let's look at that. So there's our WireGuard. Just copy that, put it into a file, and then as long as you have your WireGuard installed, add the tunnel to that new file you made, and then activate, and you should be able to RDP to it. That's the next thing that's handy here, and it looks like, oh, Ludus range RDP. There it is. I just don't have this. Ludus range RDP. Cool. Get all the RDP files to login with. So if we go back here and we do like Ludus range RDP, file downloaded and saved as RDP zip. So if we do ls, we'll see the RDP zip here. Usually I just WinSCP that over and then extract it. So like this might do it. I don't know. Does not look like a tar file. Sure. I don't think I have unzip on here, but we'll try it. Oh, I guess I do. Cool. So as you can see, it actually has an RDP for using the domain admin user on the Windows 2022, the domain user on the server 22, and a local user on server 2022. And then kind of the same deal with Windows 11. Also has a domain admin, domain user, and local user. And then this way, you don't have to like, mistype a password or something like that. Makes things really nice. So let's get back to Ludus range status. Still deploying. All right, let's go ahead and do Ludus range logs f and see where exactly it is. So it looks like it's in the area of checking if Windows evaluation expiring. So right now, that's the only way to see it. Create domain, set DNS, disable password policy, install Active Directory. So it's going to take a while. Reboot after domain creation. So let's see if I go here. Oh, look at that. You're about to be signed out. Restarting. So it's doing that Active Directory thing we saw. Let's check on Windows 11. All right, back to Windows 2022. What's the next thing? It looks like the next thing, it's still waiting for the reboot. Let's do a summary. Let's see how fast this thing is. 4 CPUs, 8 gigs. I do have a GM Tech K8. So like GMK Tech K8. Basically this. But with like 96 gigs of RAM and all sorts of stuff. So if I bring you over to here on the Ludus's Discord and go to hardware over here on the left and then scroll all the way to the top, just about to the top, you'll see this is pretty much what I have. Everything except for I've only got 1 terabyte, 1 terabyte NVMe's, which works great. It's just fine. And then as you can see here on this one is like 52 virtual machines. Looks like Eric's got going on, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, highly suggest checking out that NUC. So back to this. Yep, still reboot after domain creation. All right, looks like we're on to Windows 11 now. So I think this will take about an hour, so I'm going to stop here. All right, welcome back. It looks like this screen was not red and it wasn't logged in. So I logged in as the local user and password, and then I just went ahead and I deployed the range again, and then it turned red. So that's cool. So I'm assuming this already is done. Yep, success. Good to go. Cool. I don't know what that's about. Oh, some kind of testing thing. But yeah, this looks all up and looks like it took a while, like an hour, maybe a little bit more. I can't, maybe less. I don't know. But yeah, it took a little bit. So, like, can I do? Oh, it won't do the time. But yeah, now you pretty much have access, import your RDP files, and get into your desktop after you've done a WireGuard and activated. All right, that's it for now, and we'll do something later. Thanks.